Hey, what's up, everybody? So today we have the brown and yellow Wolverine. This is the general release Wolverine from Mezco. This is the 112 Pose, Play, and Display collection. Okay, so this is just the sleeve that the figure comes in. The figure's already been taken out. So this is what the sleeve looks like. You just pull it up, and the figure's displayed in a nice window box inside. So we got 6 interchangeable hands, an alternative head, the deflector base, and adjustable posing post, excuse me, and the Maramasa blade and sheath. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's get the figure out. All right, so I'm gonna just readjust the camera so we can take a look at him nice and closely. Coming down to his size because he is a bit short. Okay, so first impression, I do have the Tiger Stripe Wolverine. So this one in comparison does not hold up as comparatively to the other one. I'll bring out the other one at the end after I go over this figure itself. So overall, I think it's great. I think he's a great representation of Wolverine. I love the real world aspects with the buckles and the belt and the laces on the boots. The style works. The only thing that keeps bugging me a bit is the chest. And I looked over Wolverine pictures, and I was just trying to figure out what is bothering me about this so much. And I do believe it's the way that this is cut right here. I think it's cut too narrow and too high. I think that if it had been cut to go over his pecs a little bit more and brought out to here, I think it would have looked a lot better. I think that is the glaring difference between this one that is really throwing people off and drawing their eyes away or making them think that it looks a little different. People are complaining about the stitching on the back, but you know what? Who's going to really pose their figure like this? Let's be realistic. Nobody's going to do that. Let's go over what's fabric and what's plastic, because Mezco likes to blend those two together. Plastic, 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 plastic. Neck is plastic. The fabric is really the leggings. The centerpiece is this faux leather. Same in the middle. This is the same cloth material as the legs. So it's almost like he's wearing a yellow bodysuit, and then the brown pieces are over top. You really can't tell too much, but there is a bit of a color difference between. Well, actually, you can tell. You can see it right on the camera. This is darker than the neck, which is causing a bit of issue with people, and I can understand why. If there's a general drastic color change between the two, it's just too noticeable, and that bothers people. But the sculpt is there. The size is right for Wolverine. Same as the Tiger Stripe. The arms look phenomenal. You got the nice muscle. You can see a little bit. You can see the hair on his arms because he's supposed to be a hair guy. So I don't know if you can see. The camera seems a little dark, so I'm gonna brighten it up for you guys. Just make it a little bit brighter. There you go. See that helps. Whoop. Sorry about that. Okay, so. There we go. Sorry, I always have to set up my photo equipment whenever I do these videos, so sometimes they change. So hair on the arm, which looks really great in detail. Face sculpt is phenomenal. They do great with their face sculpts, especially the mask face sculpts. They have a way of showing off the lines and the angry brow underneath the mask. So that really works well for him. So that's the one head that you get, the angry Wolverine head. And then you get the stern, don't mess with me look. Very similar to the ones that came with the Tiger Stripe. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the exact same mold. Let's look at the Tiger Stripe one real quick. Very similar, probably identical. We'll do the comparison later. Shoulder pads are different, but they work the same way as the Tiger Stripe. They have a nice little hinge underneath, so you can pose his arms back and forth. General articulation for Mezco figure. You got the ab crunch, you got the waist, you got the biceps, you got the double at the elbow, you got the ball joint at the wrist, you got the hip articulation, you got the double jointed knees, you got the ankle, ball joint ankle at the bottom. So that's him in general. Let's go over his other accessories. You already saw the second head, easy to pop on and off, so that works out well. He also comes with pairs of hands. He comes with 6 interchangeable hands. So he comes with a fist and an open hand. A hand to hold his sword. He comes with 2 clawed hands, but this one has a fist. Clawed. Another fist clawed. And then he comes with the classic open grabby hands, the grippy hand, which okay, so we also get, I'm gonna get to why I was just stopped with the hands for a moment. We also get the Maramusa blade, which is a beautiful looking blade, great detail. It is fantastic. It does fit easily and smoothly right into Wolverine's hand. So that works. The only issue that I have is the sheath that he comes with. It doesn't hold into any of the hands. You can't, there's no hand to hold it nicely or to grip it perfectly so you could have it in one hand and have him holding the sheath like he pulled it out, or to have him with like 2 hands like he's drawing the blade. So that to me is a bit of a critique. Now, granted, you could possibly heat this up in some hot water and grip it around the sheath and like kind of, you know, form it to it, but you really shouldn't have to do that. They should have given you an additional hand to place the sheath onto in case you wanted to make that motion, or to have him holding the sheath in one hand and the blade in the other. That I think is a bit of a miss. So overall, this figure is decent. Do I think they could do better? Yes. Do I think that there are better Wolverines out there that they've made? Yes. Is it worth the money? Yes, of course. The Mezco figures are always worth their price. You are paying for a top quality figure. I think you're getting the top quality figure. Do I think it's their best representation of Wolverine? No. Unfortunately, for me, I think that the Tiger Stripe is better. Let's bring in the Tiger Stripe now since I've gone over him. I got the Tiger Stripe over here from the last review that I did of him. So you can see here's the Tiger Stripe. So there's the Tiger Stripe head. Here is the brown head. It is identical. At least to me, it's identical. I could be wrong, but they look pretty much spot on the same. So there you go. Now, people who have both figures have done this, which I've seen a lot of them do. They take the Tiger Stripe came with a unmasked head, so they put this head on there for that Wolverine. Now, in my opinion, that might look a little bit better. I'm not a huge fan of this head sculpt, but people like him without the mask. I know that there are sculptors out there you can find on eBay that could, that sell Wolverine heads. You might be able to pick one up that you like a little bit better. That might increase your enjoyment of this figure overall. But that head does work on him. I think it looks a little off. Something about this face does not really, not very keen to my taste. But like I said, overall he's worth it. If you're gonna shell out the money, I would go, if you can find this one, get this one. But this one is decent. Now, one more thing that I do want to compare. Let's get him out of here because he's making this guy look bad. Here is the Hasbro Marvel Legends. That's supposed to be representation similarly to him. Ignore the claws. The claws are a custom. But as you can tell, what I was talking about before, you can see how the lines are cut. See how this line cuts up much across the pec, while this one goes up to almost the shoulder and then goes across. I think if this pattern had been mirrored on this, I think it would have made this look a lot better. I'm thinking that the yellow hitting the brown right here is also causing your eyes to go towards that, where it's not lined up. So I think that's also the issue there. So those are things to consider. Like I said, it's still a great figure. It's still a great representation of Wolverine. I think that they're going to probably be doing more X-Men this year. So you're going to want a Wolverine in your collection. Will they do more? Don't know. They have the mold for Wolverine. They have the body type. He scales greatly with the other Mezco figures. Do you want to hold off? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if they're going to revamp Wolverine. They're going to go for like a astonishing X-Men Wolverine, a classic X-Men uniform Wolverine. They could go back and try the Tiger Stripe, maybe a little bit different. Who knows? But he's probably going to be the one that you're going to be able to find the easiest. So if you need a Wolverine, you should go and get this one. If you want to splurge, get the Tiger Stripe. But I think overall, you'd be still happy having this figure in your collection. So that's all I got. If I were to rate it, probably I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, so I'm out of here. Let me know what you think. See you later.